Hi Aquarius, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the final week of April 2022. I hope you guys had a great week. As usual, I'm going to take just a quick second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. If you find that your situation, please go check your other signs and placements. See if those readings may resonate better. And also keep in mind the energies can reverse or flip-flop. Not at all unusual. If you would like a personal reading, the information can be found in the small box beneath this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Spirit, can I have the energy of Aquarius? Okay. All right, Aquarius, you are starting out with the Emperor in reverse, Eight of Cups in the reverse, and we have the Hangman in the reverse. All right, so I am seeing that there is a situation that has gone on quite some time, Aquarius. It's not a new situation, and I feel like you're kind of getting a new perspective about it. Yep. You're looking at it a little differently. I do feel like you may have considered walking away from this situation, but I feel like, or you may have actually walked away from it. If you did walk away from the situation, I feel like you are thinking about returning, coming back in. And if you haven't, I feel like you are feeling hopeful that the other person might. But I feel like you're just, it's a situation where you have felt like you're just not able to really leave the situation. For some of you, it could be a twin flame connection. If so, I feel like whoever is carrying the masculine energy is the person who is the runner at this point. But that's not everybody, of course. Really, that gets way blown up, and I don't think there's as many of those connections as you would think. So with the Emperor in reverse, one of the things I'm also seeing is that there's a sense of this situation being kind of out of control. The good news is, though, Aquarius, I feel like you're looking at it differently. You have a new perspective on this for some reason, and I do feel like that's good. So let's see who you're connecting with. Show me. Okay. All right, we have Ace of Swords in the reverse, Knight of Swords, and the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so the person you are connecting with, this may have been somebody that in the past you haven't talked with, or they weren't talking with you. If that's the case, I do feel like somebody is going to be talking. And I feel like it's going to happen really quickly as well. Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight in the deck. So if this person hasn't been talking to you, I feel like they are going to be doing an about face, and they're going to be coming in pretty quickly to talk. And what are they wanting to talk about? Well, they're wanting to talk about long-term commitment here. Ten of Pentacles has to do with, long-term. So this may be why you're going to look at this with a different perspective. So it could be that this person is coming back in after a period where they had walked away, for some of you. All right, so let's see what the connection is. I also feel like the person you're connected with lacked clarity for a while. And maybe at this point they're beginning to have more clarity. They did lack some clarity. King of Cups reversed, and the Six of Swords. Aquarius, are you avoiding this person? Yeah, because in the connection, I see that you're kind of avoiding this person. You may have already tried to move forward. And some of you have. Some of you moved forward, and this person's going to be returning back in. Some of you tried to move forward or did and found that you're the one returning back in. they're very emotionally reserved. I can tell you they do have feelings for you, but they're holding those feelings back. They're very emotionally reserved. You could be dealing with a water sign, which would be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or they could just have water in their chart. But I do see the connection is not in the best of situations right now. They're very emotionally reserved. Let's see what's affecting the connection. Four of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, you let go. You let go of this. And the Four of Cups. Stability is an issue in this connection. With the Four of Cups, I feel like the person that you're connected with, I feel like they didn't really recognize the connection. Yeah, I feel like they were not recognizing this connection. They weren't really appreciative, I guess, of the connection. And so you kind of let it go. You released it. They were not giving this, the respect. They acted like they didn't care. And they're still kind of acting like they don't care right now. But I see truth coming into this. So let's see the outcome. Justice in reverse. So I don't see it balancing out by the end of the week, because there's a sense of somebody having wronged the other person here. And this imbalance is going to prevent the change that is trying to take place here. It's also going to cause you to look at things differently. So I'm not sure where they're coming with this Ten of Pentacles. We're going to have to see. I do see somebody coming forward with truth, though. Bottom of the deck is the Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is underlying energy, and it tells me that after a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry and concern, really kind of having this on your mind for a long time, somebody was able to kind of let go. It looks like that was you, Aquarius, because I see it in your energy with regard to the connection. And it's affected the connection. You were able to kind of let go and free yourself and kind of begin to move forward. So I feel like you almost avoid this person at this point. So I'm curious where this new perspective is coming from. You may feel this person is controlling. You could be dealing with an Aries. Yeah, you might feel this person's a bit controlling. I do see a sign of Libra as well. So let's clarify. Page of Swords reversed, and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. If you are dealing with a twin flame, there is something here that you are unaware of, that you don't know about with regard to divine timing with this person. Okay? So that's why this has not come together. Now, outside of that, I feel like Page of Swords in the reverse, there's some information that was held back, either by you or by them. Information that was held back. Could have been a direct lie, but regardless, this has turned out for your betterment in some manner, and that's what you're unaware of. Somehow it was for your better good. Let's see, why is the Eight of Cups? Yeah, it's turning out for you in a better way. It's actually allowing things in your life to begin to move forward in a very positive direction. And that's what you're unaware of for some reason. All right, we have the King of Swords. Very strong air energy, so I would have to say that's you coming into your power. Page of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I don't see you talking to this person. I see you kind of seated in your power, kind of distant, aloof, not really talking with this person. I'm not going to lie, there's a little bit of immaturity at times with regard to words for some of you, but I also don't see you having fully walked away from the situation either. If you are wanting to reunite with this person, I don't think you're saying that out loud. I think you're keeping that to yourself. Yeah, you're not vocalizing any of this to anybody, it looks like. Now, why is the Hanged Man in reverse? All right, we have the Five of Wands reversed and the High Priestess in reverse. Your perspective changed when you found out something here, when you found out some information, something that you didn't know, some kind of secretive information. It could have been a lie that you found out the truth about, but you at that point had no more conflict. The conflict in your mind, the conflict ended for you. Yeah. And that's when your perspective on this changed. And I feel like that's when you begin to let go. So let's look at their energy. Why is the Ace of Swords in reverse? You definitely don't want to fight with this person either, though. I can see that. All right. Four of Wands reversed. The Moon in reverse. So for some of you, there was a lie about, and the lies come out. There was a lie, a secret that was being held, and it had to do with an ending of a marriage. So there was something, there was some secret about it. The secret came out. An ending of a marriage or an ending of a connection, a long-term connection. For others, though, if you're in a twin flame connection, I definitely see that the person that there's a divine timing that is at play, and I also see that the person that you're connected with is they are confused about what this connection is, but they will begin to understand. It's just not time. Right now they're confused, and if they have realized it, they're not telling you. But I can tell you for sure, if you're in a twin flame connection, that the timing, there's divine timing that is at play, and the timing is off. Now, barring that, putting that aside, I feel like this person that you're connected with, they may not have told you something about an ending of a relationship, but that's coming out. Or it could even be you. They could have found out that you're no longer in a connection. I see something about an ending of a relationship that gets revealed. They may realize something to do with an ending. Let's see what the Knight of Swords is. All right, you have the Eight of Cups in reverse. They have it in the upright. And also the Two of Coins. So whoever walked away from this connection, I feel like that's what's going to be talked about. Whoever walked away, it caused this person to be very imbalanced. So if they walked away from the connection, they created this imbalance here. And if it was you that walked away, it caused them to feel imbalanced. It's not really clear who actually walked away, although it feels like it was this person that you're dealing with. regardless, I see them coming in, and I see them telling the truth about why they walked away and how they felt imbalanced here. I see them coming in to reveal information to you about ending another connection or a marriage after having not talked to you for a while. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Page of Cups, Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, they may make a very immature gesture, but I feel like they're going to get turned down. So they're going to try to open the door, Aquarius. This person's going to try to open the door, and I feel like it's going to be something small. They're going to come rushing in, and they're going to get turned down. Either that, or they're going to offer something and then quickly pull it back when it looks like it's becoming more. Let's see why the Knight of Cups is in reverse. Oh, they're waiting. Waiting for something bigger. Waiting for it to become bigger so it can be long-standing. Let's look at the energy between the two of you. I don't feel like I really trust this person, Aquarius, because their energy doesn't seem to be solid somehow. All right, Queen of Swords in the reverse. Seven of Pentacles. And there's that Five of Swords. Okay. I felt like that was coming out. Can't explain it, but I felt like it was. Okay. So I feel like both parties have been patient here, because there were seeds that were planted in the past. But Aquarius, I feel like you're kind of angry. I feel like you're a little bit angry. You've moved on from this situation. You're in your power. But when you go back into this, it kind of takes you out of your power a little bit. It kind of makes you feel, it makes you feel angry. So you've kind of moved on from this situation. You've been very patient about moving on. Some of you have moved forward and waited to see what the other person was going to do. But the person that you're connecting with here, I feel like they're emotionally withdrawn. They're kind of combative. They have an ego. So they're going to come across as being mature. And like initially, some of them might come across as being like, oh, I've got it together. I don't think they do. Because I see them being withdrawn emotionally and very combative. Like their ego. And I feel like you're going to check them. I really do. I feel like you're going to check them. Because you're waiting to see what this person's going to do. And I think they're going to, when they come at you with that attitude, it's going to piss you off. And I don't think you're going to appreciate it. And I think it's going to be at that point that you're going to see that this actually has worked out better for you. Let's look at what's affecting this situation. Tower in reverse, the Empress in reverse, the Hermit. So what's affecting the situation is that there's going to be an attempt to repair the connection. So there was some kind of a tower moment here. This tower moment was when one of you walked away. I feel like it might have been them, but I feel like you've both gone about picking up the pieces here, picking up the pieces, putting yourselves back together, putting your life back together. But here's the deal, Aquarius, I think you believe that there's not anything in this connection anymore. This isn't a connection that's going to grow. I do think you gave it a chance. You looked to see, okay, well, what's this person bringing to the table? What are they going to do? What are they going to say? I'm going to be patient. I'm going to listen. But ultimately, I feel like you're making a decision that, this isn't going to be what I want it to be. It's not going to be a great connection. And this person doesn't show the respect for me that they should. So I'm going to let them go. So the person that you're connected with, they have been spending quite a bit of time acting like they don't care. And that's their ego speaking. I do think that they have done some soul searching, but I think what will happen is they will pull away again. They're going to pull back, and they're going to try to figure out, how to approach again or what to do with themselves. So I see you turning them down. I think that they're going to make some kind of a small little gesture of love. It's going to be kind of immature, and you're going to turn them down, and then they're going to pull back and they're going to wait. But it's going to piss you off. It's going to put them in fight mode, and then it's like they're going to just wait and see again. And I see them coming in. When they come in, they're going to come in really fast. Some of them may even come in like argumentatively, like they're going to come in saying, well, I had to walk away because of blah, blah, blah. Or if you were the one who walked away, they may be like, you walked away and you did this. And so they may come in argumentatively as well. But I do think they're going to pull back. It's going to be another little tower moment, but I don't see you being, other than being pissed off, I don't see it rocking your world. Yeah, I really don't. Let's look at the outcome, because it's justice in reverse, and that tells me that somebody behaved badly. If you are in a twin flame connection, again, I am seeing neither the masculine or the feminine is in the proper space for this connection. Divine timing is not at play for this connection to come into a unity. So be aware of that. All right, 10 of Coins reversed, the World, and the 3 of Swords in the reverse. Okay. Yeah, you're going to turn this person down. So, because it's not being done properly, and I feel like the way this person goes about things is improper, and I feel like you'll shut them down. The way they're doing is what prevents the change from occurring. So this cycle, if it's a twin flame connection, this particular cycle will end, so a new cycle can begin. If it's not twin flame, I see Aquarius shutting this down. They're going to come in acting like they want something long-term with you, but that's not the energy they're giving up. The energy that they're giving up is very immature. And you're going to say, no, I don't think so. I'm on to your game. You're not going to want the conflict with them, but your perspective on this person and this situation has vastly changed. And if it hasn't already, it will when they pull this stunt. So you'll close it out. And for them, it will be hurtful. It's going to hurt them. And I think they're going to withdraw. They're going to go and lick their wounds. But ultimately, they're going to close this cycle out as well. So, bottom of the deck is the 9 of Wands. It tells me that, again, the situation has gone on for quite some time. And I feel like, both parties are kind of like emotionally battle-worn here. So you're changing your perspective on this is going to be the change that will enable you to move forward. And that's what I see you doing, Aquarius. So, all right, I'm going to pull from the fortune cookie oracles and see. I'll pull one for each of you and see what we get. All right. So for you, Aquarius, we have luck. A sudden, and you know what? That's in your reading. You have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually turning out in your best interest. So you have to keep that in mind as well as you go through this experience, because I do see it being somewhat of a tower moment, but you will recover rather quickly. All right, so it says luck. A sudden change of luck is likely. Things are working in your favor. Excellent time for networking. See, this is actually, that's a verification of that. This is actually going to be working out in your favor. Now, for the cross watcher or person you are connected to, it says wisdom. To focus on the past is to lose the future. Heed advice from an older person, which will allow you to move on. Okay, so focus on the present and the future, cross watcher, not the past. Okay, all right, I hope this has been helpful. If you would like and share this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel if this resonated with you at all, and if you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Until I see you next week in the monthlies, namaste.